Now I understand why you're willing to put up with Donald Trump.
No.
Because I hit that and I'm out the door.
Yeah, that sounds good when you're saying that. It's a good one-liner on what you're saying, but you still sound bitter and frustrated. Look what happened with a guy named Trevor Bauer.
That is just an insult.
It is. You're
not getting me. This is like being called a racist all day.
No, it's not. I'm not.
That's not an argument. I keep making arguments, and you keep saying you sound bitter. You got to come up with something other than you sound bitter.
Well, you do, though.
Hey, guys. I am back. I'm sorry that I was gone for so long. I had the worst stomach bug. Yeah, I was literally vomiting my brains out for like way too long. I thought it was going to be a day thing, and it wasn't. Anyways, today is the first day I'm actually feeling back to my normal self, so I'm excited and happy to be back today. And we have a fun episode because I have a little mixture of what you guys love. I have Anne Coulter kind of getting destroyed by Patrick Bet-David, and I like Anne Coulter, so he kind of comes after her. I'll give you my opinion on it as it comes, but my favorite part is when Anne Coulter just makes Adam Sosnick, whatever, look stupid. And I know my audience loves him looking stupid. So without further ado, subscribe, like this video, and we will get right into the fun tea, okay? Because it's a good one.
Have you ever been married before or no?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever get close to getting married?
Mm-hmm.
So
this is getting a little personal.
But I'm gonna ask a different, and I'm gonna ask you from.
And by the way, again, I think this is sexist. Oh, the Christie point.
Shut up about the sexist point. And what are you, a freaking liberal? Come on.
For Christie, yeah, they'd all say, "Oh, chubby chaser." I didn't even know what that meant. It's like girls who like fat guys to have sex with. No, this isn't a sexual thing. I want a wall. My social life is fine.
No, that's not what I'm asking. But the part I'm asking is, when you're saying this is getting kind of personal, it's a question. You don't have to answer it. You can simply say, "I don't want to talk about it." I'm totally okay with that. No, I feel, certain people are very hard to please.
I'm not hard to please.
Well, let me make my point. So, for example, I've had relationships
where... This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He runs on building a wall.
Yeah.
4 years he doesn't build a wall.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you demand everything.
No, but I would...
can't please this woman. Are you mad?
No, I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm just watching you.
Listen to his question.
So for me, I feel like there are certain people that you have to be very careful because they're either super gung-ho about you, and like I've dated girls where relationship was unfreaking believably high peak. The peak was so high, it doesn't make any sense, right, on how high the peak was. Like, this is going to be freaking insane. But, dude, talk about the low. The low was painful. You needed 15 therapists and friends and sponsored by tequila and vodka and whiskey to be able to tolerate the shitty low you would go through with this girl. And I'm like, I can't tolerate this shit. And I've been around the block. I'm like you when you were talking about, first I wanted this girl, then wow. So, I wasn't the innocent one. Eventually, I'm like, dude, I'm shutting it down. This is it. I want to build a family. I want to have a different kind of a life. And I never thought I was going to get married. I thought I was going to stay single for the rest of my life because no one was going to make me happy. And then I sat there and I said, is it going to be 100% of everything across the board? And then that's it? Is it going to be like, they have to give me, that's it? And then I'm not going to look at all the other stuff? You're clinging on one thing that I'm also not happy about. I wanted the border.
See, this is tough because I kind of see both perspectives here. Like on one end, yeah, Donald Trump ran on building and finishing the wall, and he didn't do it. Like, that's not acceptable. We should be, criticizing him for that. But then again, I do understand what Patrick Bet-David is saying because it's like, well, what other options do we have here? We don't have any other options. Are we going to allow the hoe come swallow that bitch to become president? Obviously not. So it's tough. It's tough. And you know what? I think he's trying to allude to a point that some women are just impossible to please and they have the highest standards. And that's why I think he goes into why she's never been married because, hey, bitch, you probably have too high standards. So I do think what he's saying makes sense. I do understand that. But let's get back to it because you can't click away, guys, because her roasting Adam is coming and it's good and it's here to stay and we love it.
Also not happy about that. By the way, a lot of the things he ran on, he should have done all of that stuff. He has to answer that question. A person like you has to give that question to a moderator in the what do you call it, in the presidential election that's coming up. Someone has to pose that question. I want to know what his answer is going to be. I'd like to see some other people that are his friends ask questions like that, A. Hannity and others, to actually ask those questions, because I want to know. But at the same time, I don't know if any presidential candidate is going to be able to please Anne Coulter for 8 years. I don't think that's possible, because I think that person is going to have to do everything you want them to do to win your favor, and it is so attractive to get your support, because during the election there were certain people that are superstars that played a role of Trump winning in 2016. I think you're one of them. I think Kellyanne Conway was one of them.
She didn't support him until 2 months before the election. She was Cruz.
But I thought she played her role in those 2 months. I think she crushed it when she was.
She didn't show up and defend him for Access Hollywood. Anne did.
Ooh, Anne's giving the tea on the Balance for Trump drama. Interesting.
I understand. Again, I'm not putting you guys against each other on who's more than the other one. Your method of going out there and going after the enemy. You're fearless. You scare the crap out of the enemy. You're not a person that people sit there and like, you make people on the other side shake.
Yep.
Okay, so you played a role, she played a role, other people played a role. Okay, but then we come to now, you're clinging on one thing. Okay,
it's more than one thing.
Then unpack it. If you're saying it's more than one thing, if you're saying it's more than just a border, what else?
Okay, a couple things. The reason I mentioned Kellyanne isn't, and don't pull this, Seinfeld, catfight, isn't to say, no, I was for Trump a few weeks after he announced. And what I have noticed.
You were the first to make it clear. Everybody knows that.
And did you guys know this guy in 2015? Because I want confirmation on this point.
Adam, you did.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to answer this.
No, Tom did, yeah.
A lot of us who supported, every single person I know who supported Trump in 2015, and everyone hated us for it. But a lot of my friends did. I mean, after LA, you see what the problem is before a lot of the rest of the country. I don't know one person who supported Donald Trump in 2015 who supports him now, who isn't betrayed. The people who support
And here's the part where Adam can't actually keep up.
him now are the Johnny-come-latelys who absolutely opposed him. They were for Cruz, they were for Rubio, they didn't care about anything that Trump was running on. And then, oh, screw it, he's the nominee. Let's see if we can get tax cuts out of him. They think it's magic that he won because they never understood why he won, because they never understand, and it's not just one issue. It's whether our country continues to exist is the issue. And as for your ex-girlfriends, you needed therapy and tequila, and low was low, and it would go on and on and on. Now I understand why you're
sarcasm.
Now I know understand why you're willing to put up with Donald Trump, because I hit that and I'm out the door.
Yeah, that sounds good when you're saying that. It's a good one-liner on what you're saying, but you still sound bitter and frustrated. Look what happened with a guy named Trevor Bauer.
That is just an insult.
No, it is. You're
not getting me. This is like being called a racist all day.
No, it's not. I'm not.
That's not an argument. I keep making arguments, and you keep saying you sound bitter. You got to come up with something other than you sound bitter.
Well, you do, though. You do. So do you know what happened with Trevor Bauer? Do you know this guy named Trevor Bauer? Okay. So, Tom, did you see what happened with Trevor Bauer yesterday with the story?
Wait a second. I didn't get an answer. Did he support Trump in 2015?
Well,
2015, not 2016.
Whether it's him, I will say this. You said something actually very shocking that we should address. You're saying you don't know one person who supported...
Here it is, guys. Here is Adam thinking that he's going to get her. It's so good.
Trump in 2015, 2016... that is still with him today.
I'm in my circle, yeah.
That's a whole different
That's a big circle.
Yeah. How big is your circle?
What difference does it make? What are you going to say?
Anne has a big circle. It's not a small circle. She's got contacts from everywhere.
Nobody's denying that. We know who Anne Coulter is. Okay, so let's say it's a couple hundred. Let's say it's a couple thousand. Let's say it's 10,000.
Okay, even publicly, I can't think of anyone.
I know so many people that were with him in 2016 that are unanimously still with him today. And don't believe me?
2015.
Don't believe me?
I said 2015.
15, 16, what's the difference?
It's a huge difference.
Exactly, guys. This is what I'm talking about. It's a major difference. She's talking about, and I'm sure my audience is smart enough. You guys are probably thinking, hey, bitch, we know. You don't need to explain it. But for those who need this to be explained to, the difference between a 2015 Trump supporter versus a 2016 Trump supporter is those in 2016 only supported Trump when he became the nominee. People in 2015, like myself, who loved Trump because of everything he was saying, like the build the wall, they're sending their worst. You know what I'm talking about? Those abrasive, like high testosterone moments from Trump. People who supported Trump before he had any legitimacy whatsoever, because when he first started running and there was like 16 candidates or whatever, no one thought he was going to get the nominee. He was a joke. You were laughed at if you actually thought Trump should be the nominee. So we're talking about diehard MAGA supporters before he was actually a serious candidate. Big difference, Adam, but I get it. You're stupid, you're slow, you don't get these things. I get it.
Friends,
what do you mean when he was?
We supported him for the issues and what he was saying. You guys wanted Jeb. You would have been perfectly happy with Jeb.
I'm saying the people
and he governed like
that
Jeb
voted for him.
No, that's not what I. Do you understand what I said? There's a reason that I'm saying 2015 and not 2016. Obviously, people who supported him in 2016. Who else would it be? The people who voted him against him in 2016.
No, what you're asking about is in 2015 when he declared, and we still had Cruz, Jeb, Rubio, and a cast of thousands,
all of them,
right? And some of them hadn't even fully declared yet, right? The
all
gold
through
rush
2015.
Happened.
Fox 100% against him. Murdoch against him. Wall Street Journal against him.
Did you support him when he declared in 2015 and where you had this slate? And to your point about name recognition, everybody thought that Jeb was going to roll. And at Thanksgiving,
$140 million, they won.
Yep.
At Thanksgiving 2015, all the money in the PACs was behind Jeb. Pledge, not donated, but pledge. He had it all. So you're saying, were you behind Trump 2015? I'll say I wasn't. I was beginning of 16. Soon as I saw him picking people off, soon as I saw what he was able to do, I said, that cat is going to keep picking these people off. And so
yes, okay, and he's rambling. I got to what I wanted to get to in this video, so hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Anne Coulter making Adam look stupid, but let me know, like, who won this video? Was it Anne Coulter? Was it Patrick Bet-David? It obviously wasn't Adam Sosnick, so let's put that to bed. Yeah, I am so happy to be back here, guys. Back to filming 2 videos a day. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for being patient with me, and I'll see you next time. Adios.